So whenever I ask a musician, who are your fans? Who's your audience? I get answers all over the place. Everyone can like my music. So my audience is technically everyone. This is the most vague answer and a terrible strategy to build a business and a brand around. Hi everyone, I'm Rebecca Smartbakken, and in today's video, we're going to talk about fans and more importantly, how you can find them. You want to stick around for this one. Before I get started, please subscribe to my channel if you want to see more music marketing related videos, just like this one. So if you ask a business the same question, who's your audience? You're going to get a pretty detailed answer who their target audience is. So musicians need to start implementing the same concept. This is a concept called buyer's personas in the business world, but let's call it fan personalities in the music world. Essentially, what the buyer's personas will do is allow you to start with the end in mind. Who's listening to your music? Who's buying a ticket to your show? Who are the ones engaging with you online? If you have a deeper understanding of these buyers' personas, you can actually start growth hacking your visibility very strategically. So why is it important to know this? When you have this knowledge, you can start using it to your advantage. How? Let me break it down for you. First of all, through collaboration. What other musicians are your fans listening to at the moment? Start collaborating with artists who already have the type of fans that you're already looking for, that fits your buyer's personas. Fan personality. Who can you collaborate with to get access to your fans? You see examples of alternative collaborations all the time. For example, why do you think Bad Bunny and Drake collaborated? Well, their audiences are quite similar. And by collaborating, Drake tapped into the Latin market and Bad Bunny got a presence in the hip-hop scene. And I'm pretty sure they swapped some fans in the meantime. Collaboration is also so much more than just music. You can start collaborating with influencers. Let's say your fans are snowboarders. Start finding snowboarders who are influencers because their fans might be your fans. So start collaborating with other influencers as well. Number 2, online engagement. If you know who your fans are, you know where they hang out online. You know their patterns online. Are they active on Reddit? Then you should be on Reddit. Are they gamers on Twitch? You should definitely be on Twitch. Are they browsing through Pinterest for inspiration all day long? Well, maybe consider being there as well. If you know their online behavior, you can start creating your rooms to engage with them where they're already hanging out. Number 3, content. Knowing your audience will actually give you inspiration for when you're creating music as well as content for social media. What are your audience, your fans interested in? What problems are they facing? What thoughts do they have in their heads? What do they enjoy doing? Imagine the specific content that you can start creating for your audience if you just know who they are. I mean, remember Adele's album, 21. This was written for a specific purpose. It was about heartbreak. If you haven't listened to this album while going through a heartbreak, I really recommend it. Remember tissues. So think, what situations are your fans going through right now? What are their political views and what problems are they facing? Another example of this is the rappers, Tupac, Biggie, Kanye, Drake, where they constantly give creds to their hoods, to where they're from. Because sometimes you can also connect through a location, through a neighborhood or a city. But bring that into your content as well. Number 4, sponsorships. If you know who your audience are and want to make some money on branding, you will have a much better pitch if you actually can present your fans. If you can tell them who your followers are. Remember, these people are paying to get their product in front of an audience, and sometimes a very specific audience. So by knowing who your audience are, you have power and you have leverage in this pitch. And you will make it easier for companies to want to work with you. Of course, tons of gaming companies are working with Marshmallow and deadmau5 because they know their audience are gamers. Okay, so we've established that knowing your fans, knowing your buyer's persona, it's important. Well, how do you do this? Well, let me take you through a step-by-step process. The first thing you need to do is you need to check your current metrics. You already probably have some data through your channels, through your website. Where have you been hanging out? Go in here and look for useful information. Check your social media insights. Check your music streaming platforms, the insights you get there, your Facebook pixel, your Google Analytics. If you have content somewhere, you need to go and check your metrics, check your demographics, check the locations, see if you see a pattern. The next step that you need to do is actually go and engage with your audience. This should be something that you do every week anyways. But you need to have in the back of your mind that you need to get to know them, because you need information to create your buyer's personas. So by getting to know your followers, your fans, and engaging with them, you're gonna start seeing some common threads, some common interests that they have. You'll also see how they respond to your content and what different sides of your personality triggers an emotional reactions. You will then also start seeing how they respond to your content and what sides of your personality that triggers engagement. So a good way to get to know your followers is actually to get to know them online. Talk to them. Then you need to actually understand how you help them. What value are you giving with your music? What subjects are you talking about? What energies are you triggering? If you know the feelings and emotions your music is triggering, you know your value, you know your music's value. And also, where do they listen to your music? In what situation? If you can visually place your song being played in a specific location or a situation, you really understand how you're helping your fans with your music. What value are you giving? When Drake makes music, he makes it for driving around in Toronto. Place your music in a specific situation and understand what feelings and emotions it triggers. Then you know how you're helping your fans. The next thing you need to do is turn your research into actually buyers' personas. So this is where you actually create a profile. You give that person a name, a personality. This person represents your fans. This person represents your target audience. This is your buyer personas. This is your fan personality. And I know you're thinking, well, it can't all fit into one person. I know there are different aspects of fans and different fans, but you need to start with the target, with your early adapters in mind. And if you can start forming a characters out of them, it's gonna make your life easier. So let's start creating this fan, this profile. So here's some information and questions that you need to ask. First of all, demographics. What age? Where are they located? Who are they? Gender, income, religious preferences. Be specific here. Then ask yourself, what are their personality like? What are their interests? What problems are they going through? Where do they hang out online? What brands do they like? Where do they shop clothes? And what other artists do they like? So then you start creating this personality. So answer these questions as a typical fan would answer them and name the character to really make it real. So there are some tools online, like for example Extensio, where you can go in and fill out your buyer's persona and you get a PDF. By, for example, using this tool, you can print out your buyer's persona and you can put it together with your pitch, the pitch that you send to magazines, to collaborators, to record labels. By showing them that you know your audience, that you know your fans, you're showing them knowledge and you have leverage. And they will get a better understanding of how to work with you. Which brings me to the final step. You need to now use this knowledge, this information. Use your buyers' personas, your fan personalities. Head over to the spots that they hang out online. Engage with them. Get active. Build your rooms there. Start sharing content. Start creating content around what you know they're interested in. Problems that they're facing. maybe political views that they have, geographically, location. Think about different things that your fans will connect with in your music. And of course, start collaborating strategically, both with artists, other artists, as well as influencers and other content creators. Start getting access to their fans. Start swapping fans strategically. If you know who your fans are, their interests, their personalities, you have leverage, both in the creation process, but also in the promotion process. It's time to start with the end in mind. Who are you touching with your music? What value are you giving them? Place it where they are and envision the emotion that you trigger in them. This is how you will find your fans, and this is how you will build and grow a loyal fan base. Thanks everyone. If you like what you saw here today, click subscribe and you'll get more music marketing related videos every week. Now start getting to know your fans, okay? See ya.